Alright, so by now you've transferred your image to the woodblock, and we're going to talk about safety tips and carving techniques before we let you guys start. So, the first thing we need to talk about is your tool. It's got a V-shaped front and it's very sharp. We don't want you guys to hurt yourself by using this tool. So place the handle of the tool in the palm of your hand and wrap your hand around it in order to give yourself really good stability while carving. We're then going to come in at a 45-degree angle, come down, and rock back and forth in order to give you guys the best way, the best method of carving to make it easier for you while you're carving your woodblock. Make sure you really rock back and forth with these tools. It's going to make it a lot easier for you. The next thing we need to talk about is where your hands are placed while you're carving. We want to make sure that while you're carving your woodblock, you're keeping the tool in front of your hand at all times. So while you're carving, make sure that your hand that's not carving is holding the woodblock and is behind. We're coming in at a 45-degree angle still, and we're going to rock back and forth and just make sure that whatever hand we're not carving with stays behind so that if we slip, we don't cut it into our other hand. We also want to make sure that when we rotate our plate, we can continue to put our hand behind our tool. We need to rotate our plate so that we can get better angle on different lines, but we also just want to make sure that we continue to put our hand behind that carving tool so that we stay safe while we're carving. We also need to make sure that we're not wiping off our wood shavings with our hands. If we were to wipe off our wood shavings with our hand, we would cause ourselves to get splinters in our hands. So we want to make sure that we hand out our paintbrushes, and we're using our paintbrushes to wipe off all of our wood shavings into a neat pile. This makes it easier for us when cleanup time, and it makes it better for you so that you guys don't harm yourself by cutting your hands. Refrain from wiping the woodblock with your hand because you don't want splinters, or blowing on your woodblock because it might affect those across from you. Alright, so that sums up carving tips. We want to make sure that you guys understand these rules, and we want to make sure that you feel safe using them. We have a sink located in the classroom, so if anyone were to cut themselves, raise your hand and alert a teacher, and we'll take care of you. Otherwise, make sure you know how to use the tool properly. If you have any questions, raise your hand and ask us, and we'll get to you. We want to make sure that you guys understand these tools so you guys can have fun while you're carving.